Glams, it's your host again, Tanya with the Glam Life. Well, I'll be providing complete beauty tips, techniques, and testimonials to reveal the glam in you. I'm back here with another Wet n Wild tutorial. This time I'm going to be showcasing one of the color icon palettes, and this palette is in the shade Comfort Zone. It's basically neutral tone shades, and I'm going to be showcasing how it will come out on me. Now, one of the things I like about the Wet n Wild products is, number one, they are very purse friendly. Number two, they are super pigmented. And number three, it just gets the job done. Now, my face has already been primed, my foundation, as well as my highlight and contour. And I encourage you to check out my previous video using the Wet n Wild color icon highlight, as well as the contouring sticks and the palette. I'm going to be doing a Wet n Wild series showcasing some of the products that I love from their line. So basically, it has 8 colors in this palette right here, and as you also may see some of the silver because I've already used it tremendously. Like I stated before, they are very super pigmented. It gets the job done. And one of the things about this palette right here, it pretty much tells you each on the shades of colors where each color goes. For example, this is like the top ribbon is for your brow bone. The second one is for your eyelid, followed by the crease, followed by the definer. But that's just pretty much a guide, but you can pretty much play with the colors and mix them as you may. So basically, before you want to go ahead and start putting on eyeshadow, you want to make sure that you have an eyeshadow primer on. Reason being, it helps prevent the eyeshadow from creasing, and it also helps those pigments stand out. But me being a dark skin glam, sometimes the pigments on dark skin does not show forth as I would like them to. But this color icon by the Wet n Wild does the technique for me. So I'm going to go ahead and get started, and I'm going to be using the ribbon right here, the browns, and I'm going to go ahead and use my eyeshadow brush, take my mirror, and I'm going to take the lighter shade and I'm just going to put it on my brow bone. And with these eyeshadows, glams, they are very buildable. So you can go as light and as dark as you want, being that it is a buildable eyeshadow. All right, glam, so I just pretty much took that light shade, that sandy color, and put it on my brow bone, and I'm going to go in with the next shade on my eyelid. It's like that gold tone color on my eyelid. And one of the things I love about this Comfort Zone palette as well is that these are pretty much everyday glam colors. If you want to have some makeup on, but you don't want all the glitz and glam that go with it, but you still want to look glitzy and glammy and have a little bit more of a soft, natural touch to the face, this is the go-to palette right here. And of course, you can get these palettes from your local drugstore. And like I stated before, they are very purse friendly, which I love because I love to save my coins. I do believe that you can get gorgeous on a dime. And I encourage you to check out that video. It's another previous video when I first got my channel started on how I shop for my beauty products. And matter of fact, I bought some Wet n Wild products in that video where I showcased what I was able to haul in that stash. So I'm just pretty much building up the gold tone on my eyelid. And like I said, these colors are very buildable and super blendable, and as you all see, very super pigmented. You see the pigments are just standing out, but I credit that as well, not only just with the Wet n Wild product, but also with the eyeshadow primer, which is key when applying that eyeshadow glams. Now I'm going to take the third shade, which is like a copper tone, and I'm going to go in the crease of that. So that's that copper tone shade on the brown side of this palette, and I'm going to go in the crease. And these shades pretty much last all day. As you all see, I have dove tremendously in the palette where you all see the silver. But best of all, I can get anywhere from 8 to 10 hours worth of wear without retouching anything on my eyes. And again, I credit it to the Color Icon palette as well as with the eyeshadow primer. So eyeshadow primer is key when you want to prevent the creasing and you want to increase the longer wear of your eyeshadows. And being if you are a darker skinned glam such as myself, it also helps increase those pigments of some of those eyeshadows that are not able to become present because of the skin tone. So I'm just basically blending all these colors in. And I'm going to be coming out with more Wet n Wild tutorials with just different things that I use from their line. It is a very affordable product. It gets the job done, and that it works for me. And I'm going to take this dark shade down at the bottom. It's like a maroon shade, and I'm going to put that in. I'm going to define that, and I'm going to put that on the outer crease, and I'm going to go all the way down to the corner of my eyelid. And I'm going to be coming out with another tutorial on the shades on the other side of the palette. I'm just pretty much showcasing the earth tone shades with the browns and the copper tones on this tutorial. So before you go invest, you can go ahead and get the review from the Glam Life. All right, just touching this all up. And have a towel handy so you can be able to wipe off some of the excess powders as well. That's also key because you don't want the colors to mix and create a different color if you want that particular color or that shade to stand out. So I'm just cleaning this up. All right, Glams, I'm pretty much done with this palette right here. I'm about to go in with an eyeliner. Now, this is also another Wet n Wild product. I've already showcased this in some of my previous tutorials. This is in their cream eyeliners that has a little wand applicator, and this is in the shade Carbon My Reach. It's like a charcoal black, and one of the things I like about this, it glides on so smoothly. And it does not say that it's waterproof, but it's waterproof to me. So when I sweat or whatever, it does not run or glide off. And best of all is the takeoff is really easy. It's not stubborn to remove at the end of the day. So I'm just going to take a little bit on this little wand applicator. And you have to have a steady hand when using these liners. You don't want to mess around and poke yourself in the eye. So I'm just going to go along the lash line. All right, Glams, I'm just going to complete the look with a little bit of mascara. Now this mascara is not by the Wet n Wild, it's by the NYX and the Zaza Zoo. I just happen to like their mascara the best. I already have pretty much long eyelashes, but I use this because it helps volumize them. Alright, Glams, here is the finished look. As you see, I have those sand tone, that copper tone, and those gold tones, along with that nice maroon shade in my crease. Ladies, I pray that this helps before you go make the investment in the Wet n Wild Color Icon palettes. Again, be blessed and be glamorous.